Hello, good evening, good morning to Kieran on my left. Welcome back to West Ham Network, Old School Hammers, and a wonderful Wednesday evening for me, Thursday morning for you, Kieran, yeah?
Indeed it is, mate. G'day, how are you?
I'm all right, fella, how are you?
Good, mate, good.
Excellent.
Cloudy this morning, sir. We had a massive heat wave there for about a week.
Yeah.
Now it's cooled down a little bit and cloudy, so it's really nice.
Yeah. Before we go any further, I just want to apologise to everybody for their lack of appearance last week. But I was on holiday and I forgot to sort something out for somebody else to guess. So my fault, but we're back. I've been to Turkey. I had a great time, absolutely brilliant time out there. And now I'm back, ready to go again. So, what's been happening over in your neck of the woods then, mate? Anything?
No, crocodiles have been quiet and the sharks, but no, I suppose we had a tiger attack, geezer. Would you believe that? A tiger attack. Down here on the Gold Coast, you've got all the tourist stuff like SeaWorld and Waterworld and Dream World, where it's a big roller coaster. It's got a big wave pool, all that. But they've also got a tiger enclosure that you can go and see the tigers. I've seen them myself down there. I've got a white one as well. But one of these tigers decided to attack one of the miners there. Chewed her up a little bit. She's all right. Yeah, so an unusual attack in Australia, tiger, but
mate. Well, I was kind of half expecting like a 2 foot like funnel web or something to take someone down or something. You know what I mean? But that wouldn't have surprised me. But a tiger attack, it's a little different. It's a little different. I love that. Well, poor like tiger keeper, but.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
what an interesting story. Wow.
She's okay.
Right, let's see who's in the chat anyway. Usual. Good evening, usual. Good evening, all, he says. Your starter for 10 tonight is Hey Joe by Tim Rhodes.
Do you know that?
Not that version of it, but I do know the what's his name? The Hendrix version.
All right.
Of course. Jimi Hendrix. He wrote it, I do believe. Yeah.
I'd have to hear it. Budge.
Yeah, it's a good tune, mate. It is a good tune. Hey Joe. Yeah. Brendan, good evening, you sir. Evening usual. I am listening to Lord Tolworth and Budgie. Not tonight version. This evening, We Got to Move is a bonus 5 for you. Ooh, We Got to Move. Tolworth. Okay. We'll have Tolhurst. Sorry, not sure where the perspective text comes from. Whatever. Good evening to you, Danny boy. How are you? That was just a little something. Russie was on with Jimmy Walker earlier.
Yeah, I just caught the end of it.
Yeah, very interesting listen. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, nice guy, isn't it? Comes across a real nice bloke.
Yeah, and like many other ex-players, you know, once he'd pulled on the kit and experienced a game at Upton Park, that was it for him. He became a West Ham fan instantly, you know. Everybody's saying hello to each other. I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain.
I'm leaving it tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm easy like a Sunday morning. So if there's any ladies watching, there you go. Heard the Faith No More version of this earlier, Danny boy. Faith No More,
Right.
done a version of it.
I'm gonna do a little list of lyrics there and throw them out next week. See who can guess the song then if they're going down that road doing that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you one right now though, because it's always a favourite lyric of mine from a band. Poets and priests and politicians have words to say for their positions. Now, you don't answer it, Budge. Someone will tell us there. Brenda will get it. Usual have it.
I actually know them lyrics.
Yeah, you know them, but it's hard to put it to the song.
Yeah, say them again.
Poets and priests and politicians have words to say for their positions. It's always a lyric I liked. I think, yeah, it's about right there. Bang on.
Yeah. I've got a funny feeling it's The Clash.
Not quite. Right era. Right era, but not The Clash. Anyway, we'll see if anyone comes back with it.
Jam. The Jam.
Not quite close. Very close, boy. I'll give you that. You're getting close. Very close.
Not The Police? I just know them fucking lyrics. I really do. God, boy, you've got me there. I'm going to have to think about that one.
No, you got it in the end, boy. It's The Police.
Oh, it's The Police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do, da, da, da.
That's the one. That is the one. One of my favourite lyrics. Now, see who can get this one. If you can get it, actually. The words of the politicians are written on the subway walls.
Oh, I know that lyric. Yeah, I know that lyric, Geezer. I won't be able to think of the song because my memory's shit, but I do remember that lyric.
We'll leave that one hanging in the chat for a minute.
Yeah.
Good evening, old school, and all you
James
naughty people. James Bong. Good evening to you, sir. Sir Bongo Dictator. That's his official title. Mark, good evening to you, Mark. John Egan. Well, we don't really know what's going on with that, to be fair.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could, but is it going to be?
Yes.
No. Good evening, Randy. Thank you for joining us, sir. Very well at the moment, thank you. Brendan says he's okay with vegan. A no-nonsense defender who is not expected to be a starter.
That's right.
Okay.
He's covered
we're
for it.
looking at another Dawson type signing then.
Basically, yeah. He's covered for, but I can see us going to a back three here and there. So just what if you do that, one injury sort of brings him into the equation, unless you're dropping Alvarez back in or using Cresswell again as one of your centre halves. But yeah, he's a cover for everyone.
I think Cresswell's a better option. I think Cresswell's a better option as a centre half now rather than as a left back.
Yeah, it's like I said, Cresswell ain't going to see much of the grass this year either. But Egan's there to cover. He is an experienced centre half, and
if he does,
you know,
he should be instructed not to go beyond the halfway line.
It's not the most exciting sign, but it might be needed. And neither was Dawson. And look how he turned out. Right, it was a great sign. It just worries me that Sheffield United didn't renew another year for him. That's that worries me. If they didn't want him, you go. But the boy comes, mate. I'll be happy for him, and the boy gets another year. He had a bad injury last year, kept him out for most of the year. I'm just hoping he's okay. And if we need him, he does a job, mate. He's got a lot of experience, man. I mean, there's a hell of an experienced centre half there, and he's played at top level. You know, Championship and Premier League are top level football, both of them, and he's done that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, Championship football is basically just a slightly watered down version of the Premiership, anyway.
It's a bit below, but it's still in the scheme of football, all of football. That is fucking high level, man.
It's a high quality of football, definitely.
Yeah.
Mark says, "Hi, Budge. How was your holiday?" And good day, Kieran. My holiday was fantastic, mate. Thank you. I had a really lovely time. We stayed in a place called Calcan. Really nice, down in the south, right on the coast. Really, really lovely. But there were just so many hills everywhere. I got taxis everywhere. I got taxis to every restaurant and back again. It was like 170 Turkish lira for a taxi into town, which is about £2.25.
That's the way to go, then.
You know what I mean? You know, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Pouches of tobacco, £2.50. You know. Hummels would expect to start and won't be on a high wage.
Yeah.
Oh, and be on a high wage. Sorry. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
true.
he's gone now, anyway. He's gone. Where's he gone to Parma in Italy or whatever. So, don't matter.
Randy says he's looking forward to seeing Carlos Soler start at some point with this group of players. I think we all are, mate. And you know, we've got such a good crop of new players that have come in. We're all very keen to see each of them. I mean, look, I don't think any of us are going to be stupid enough to think that all 9 of our new signings are going to be first team starting players. Yeah, I mean, that was who would you bring in from the players that were already here? You know, you can only pick 2 of them. No, it's not happening. So, you know, we're going to see them drip fed in, and, you know, the better ones will retain their place through the system that's always been in place, and that is perform well in training, show the manager what you've got and what you can give, and you'll get a shout if you're good enough. As Ross stops stealing our time, he has indeed, Brendan, but he was talking to an ex-goalkeeper, Jimmy Walker, and so, you know, and he is the boss, so, you know, we got to kind of let him have our
too.
Yeah. Evening, Budgie and Kieran. Thunderstorms down here, says James.
Yeah, mate, they've been, especially down in Melbourne, they're having some massive storms and winds down there, really damaging. Trees down everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they've been getting it tough. That was when we were baking in 36 degrees. They were getting it tough down there.
Yeah. Good evening, Leslie. Thank you for joining us, young man. Good evening, Happy Amaret. Oi, Amaloid. Thank you for joining us, sweetie. Nice to see one of our moderators in the chat. Randy's saying hi. Brendan's saying hi to everybody. Everybody's saying hi. Good evening, Darren. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Darren.
Good evening, Stuart and Sheriff. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's well this evening and ready for some fun with the Golden Oldies. Thank you very much, Happy. Last week was the Bournemouth game, so you probably would not have found anyone. Right, okay. What part of Turkey did I go to? As I said, it was Kalkan. Really nice. About an hour and 45 minutes away from Dalaman Airport. Really nice. Love your tiger feet. Yeah, that was sweet, isn't it? I really love your tiger feet.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Oh, man. Good evening to you, sir.
Oh, man. Still got that fucking profile picture, I see.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I love that picture. It's brilliant. Oh, hang on. Where we are? What King of Fun HH? Does the tiger eat Frosties? Well, try to eat Aussies.
Got an Aussie in.
Right, says old man. Who are we going to sign as our 4th centre back? But it looks like
It looks like Egan.
Yeah, Egan's going to be the one.
Who knows?
Yeah. I had a Tigers as usual. Pete Tillis is happy. Peter Chelmsford, good evening. Does that tiger loaf around? Tiger loaf. Oh, Mark, so you took it right out and lit, mate. The wonderful thing about Tigers is Tigers are wonderful things. The tops are made out of rubber and the bottoms are made out of springs. I only know that because every one of my kids were all into Winnie the Pooh. Every single one of them.
Yeah, you can't beat Tigger, can you?
No, mate. Oh, no. Tigger's my favourite, I've got to say. He is my favourite.
Randy,
when we played against Man City that first time in a long time, we had a go against Man City and be happy with what I saw, minus the result. Yeah, that is true.
Randy, I didn't watch it live because it was, it was midnight or 1 a.m. for me. So I just got up in the morning with the boy and we watched it live basically, but we didn't know the result or anything. And at the end of it, we both looked at each other and go, fuck, we're happy with that. You know what I mean? Not the result, obviously, but there were parts of that game that you could see a bit of progress. You could see a bit of having a go, especially the first 5 or 8 minutes, wasn't it? It was into them.
But
and it was good.
I actually looked at that game and I thought, how the hell didn't we get a 2-2 draw out of it?
There was a chance. We when it was 2-1, we did have a couple of chances. Like Kudos hit the post that time. Yeah, you know, he could have buried that.
They hit the post probably 4 times throughout the game, didn't they?
Yeah, I know, but it's the way football goes. You don't always get what you deserve. I mean, they could have been 4-1 up, 5-1 up, but they weren't. And but at times there, I was sitting back admiring Man City, man, going, wow, they're so good. Bernardo Silva is my favourite player outside of West Ham. Is Bernardo Silva. It always has been for years now. And he's just so good. He's perpetual motion on the pitch, and he's always linking up play. He's always feeding Haaland, and you see it when he nicked the ball off Paqueta there, bang, straight away, bang, into Haaland, bang, goal. Just so good. Yeah. And I took a lot of promise out of that game. You know, I really did.
Yeah. I mean, actually, to be fair, outside of the West Ham ranks, my favourite player is Kevin De Bruyne. But you know, I mean,
he's another one, just unbelievable.
He's incredible.
But I thought we'd done all right, I guess. And they're on form, man. They've started this season on fire. So, it's hard to see anyone getting near them, to be honest.
Good morning, Ryan. Thank you.
G'day, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Getting ready for work, sir?
Yeah. Right, so Randy's saying if we keep doing that against the other sides, you will get no complaints from me. And I think that's probably reflected in many of us, you know.
Absolutely.
We all were kind of refreshed by the new style of play, even though there was some influences still from the Moyes era. But having said that, it was a more refreshing game to watch. And
you know,
I agree. I would like.
You know, one thing I like, because I picked it early. I knew we were playing at the back four there, a narrow back four, right? We were coming into the penalty area to defend that, so to clog up the penalty area. And I noticed then De Bruyne is so clever at Pep Guardiola. Is all of a sudden De Bruyne is hugging the touchline with all the room in the world between him and Grealish. And it was causing us big problems. But he recognised that at a stage. I would like it. Could have been earlier for me, but he did. And he dragged Alvarez back into the back four and then spread Wan-Bissaka out to close that space on their left wing. And it made a difference. We were better for it. You know, and so he did recognise the problem because I can see it straight away. They were getting too much room, especially on our right. Wan-Bissaka was up against it because it was tactical. He was told to come in narrow into the penalty area, not defend the touchline. But when you bring Alvarez back in, he could spread out there then, and it helped them with Bowen coming back too. So it did react to it eventually.
But I've found that just the introduction of Wan-Bissaka has given the backline so much more stability in their performances and also in their mental approach. I think Wan-Bissaka's been integral to that. I'm sure.
It's good to see him get a start, and it's good to see him. Like he's quick getting out with the ball, and he's clever with it. So it did make a difference to us.
And similarly to Mohamed Kudus, when he's in tight corners, he finds ways out. You know, which I like. You know, the way he would.
He's unreal. He's unreal. Even when the ball being kicked against his legs, he always seems to come away with it. Kudus, his feet are that quick. It's he wins the great out of it. And that first goal, I know we were lucky with it. It's all about. It was all about Kudus winning the ball in the midfield and using it, getting out to Bayern. It was but I say. They're so good, Man City, mate. I'll tell you, you have to put your hands up and go, fuck, they're just too good for us at the moment. But there was a lot of stuff in there that I quite enjoyed.
Good evening, Clarence Stew.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah, it's another police song, but it was Do, the one I was talking about.
Yeah, which was, look, there you go. Brendan.
Well done, Brendan. I knew he'd be on it.
Randy says that Egan feels like a will-do signing and just to get by, really. It kind of does. It kind of does. But like we suggested earlier, Randy, it could turn out to be another Dawson-type signing where the man's forced into the side and then you've got to try and find a way of getting him out because he just doesn't want to be shifted. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we had with Craig Dawson. If you remember when he was out with injury, we couldn't wait to get him back.
No.
He was a £3 million signing, for God's sake. You know? Yeah. I mean, I think we got 5 for him when we sold him the Wolves, didn't we?
Something. I've got our money back anyway.
Got our money back and a drink for sending him up on a coach. Ryan's asking, anyone lucky enough to get Oasis tickets? Looks like I'll be flying back next year.
Oh, good luck with that, Ryan. Fucking hell.
I've got to be honest with you, mate. I've got 2 for the front row, and I'm trying to swap them for a doctor's appointment.
No, the quality Oasis. Love
it. Good evening.
Robert's on it.
Robert, good evening to you, sir.
Kieran was telling me, right? There's someone there on his, I don't know, his fucking TikTok or whatever. There's a geezer there he'd booked a hotel in Manchester on the date they've given for Oasis to be performing, right? For something else, some kind of wedding he's going to. So he booked into Manchester. And they phoned him up, the hotel, and cancelled his fucking reservation. And if he wanted to keep the room, he had to pay another 350 quid. Because it's the night of that fucking concert. They're going to rape people for money for it. That's disgusting, isn't it? He had the booking as well, you know. They just cancelled it on him and told him it was an extra 350 quid, whatever he was paying.
Wow.
Disgraceful, eh?
Wow. Well, I'm not being funny, mate, but
good job.
For a couple of geezers that can't sing in tune, they ain't done bad for themselves, I suppose.
Yeah, I ain't done bad now. They're a good band.
Happy says, fine by me, John Egan. Won't get much game time. I heard Casey may be out injured for a while. So I think this is just to cover our asses in case needed. Especially if Alvarez is actually injured again. Well, actually, Randy is saying that Alvarez is fine from what we know. Mark says Alvarez is prominent in the training video. So any rumours of him being injured are rumours, as far as I'm aware. Can't say that I've ever watched a game Egan played in and gone. He looks great. I
remember watching him at Sheffield United play. I I think it was pretty average, but in a very average side, you know, that were getting smashed every week. So it's hard to judge, really. You could say that about Dawson when in Watford he got relegated. He looked bang average there too, and then we got the best out of him. So who knows?
So you know, a lot of Man United that I've spoken to about Wan-Bissaka have all said, "Oh yeah, he's great in defence, can't get down the wing, he's too slow, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that." Right? Not from what I've seen so far in a claret and blue shirt. Right? That's just one point, and then there's this.
He's done all right at the moment. I know his balls into the box aren't the best, but we'll see.
There you go.
But his link up with Bowen was really good.
How quick he was, Wan-Bissaka, from that sprint he did in training. Well, you know, yeah, okay. So if his balls into the box aren't great, maybe then instead of trying to get balls into the box, maybe he should be trying to get into the box.
But the link up he's got with Bowen could be the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Linking up with Bowen down that right-hand side, getting himself into the box and Bowen feeding it into him, him finishing it maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's a world of possibilities there. The thing is that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the player we have been craving for down that right-hand side for some time.
We'll see. Okay. Early days, mate, for all of them.
Yeah. All of that's entertainment. What a great tune.
The Jam.
Police cars and a screaming siren, a ripped up, what is it? No. Police cars and screaming siren, electric cars and a ripped up phone booth, I think it is. Opening line to that. Robert Singleton said, Paul Simon.
I don't know where that comes in.
No, that was from the lyrics that I read out. And yes, you're right, Robert. Paul Simon did write the lyrics. Yes, he did.
Oh, right. Yeah. The one he said about...
Do you want me to say them lyrics again?
Say them again, yeah, because that's what I reckon. I'm a big fan of Paul Simon. Go on.
The words of politicians are written on the subway walls.
What song was it, guys? Tell me, Carl. Yeah, I remember it now. I had Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits when I was about 16. I fucking loved it.
The Sound of Silence. Great tune.
Great stuff, yeah. Great memory, yeah.
Really, and it's really good by a band called Disturbed. Brilliant by them.
Yeah, we know that one.
Good evening, guys. Good to see you both back. Thank you, Simon. Really appreciate that, and it's lovely to see you again as well, young man. Don't mind the back three, seeing as we have been playing the back 10 in the past years. Yeah,
it seems a lot less, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look, I just think the back three, back four. You mean back three? I think he's going to change it. It's going to be a bit of both this season, right?
Yeah.
But the back three, it depends when you got the ball or you haven't got the ball. In fact, you turn into a back five if you haven't got the ball. Simple as that. You should be a back three when you've got the ball. That's how I've always played fucking football, when you do that. But if you do a back three, that means three of your centre halves are playing. And that means you've only got one for cover, which will be if Egan comes in. And you'll need that because sooner or later, one of them is going to get injured. Yeah, so if you use Alvarez, you're taking him away from protecting that back.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have a full centre half myself.
Yeah, I'm of the belief that from what I've seen with Lopetegui so far, is that there is no fit starting formation for every game. He kind of says, right, okay, on this occasion, I'm going to have four across the back. On this occasion, I'm going to go, 3-5-2. I might go 3-4-1-1 or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be.
I think it's in motion now, guys. I think he's developing to see what's the best, and I think he might change it from game to game.
That's
certain things.
What I'm saying,
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm just confirming what you're going.
There may be an occasion or a couple of occasions where you've got three across the back, but then there may be occasions where he's only got two. There may be an occasion where he's only got two. Well, there will be because he likes to play four across the back on occasion. You've seen it.
Yes.
But like we said earlier on, there is also Aaron Creswell that will serve very nicely as a left-sided centre back.
If you have to, yeah. If you have to.
Well,
If you do, you're only going to be forced into that through injury. But
yeah, I get where you're coming from, but the fact is that at his stage in his career now, he doesn't want to be running up and down the pitch too far. But his defensive capabilities haven't diminished, in my opinion. So keeping him there as a left-sided centre back might just give him a couple of games this season.
Right. It's only out of necessity that'll happen. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Injuries can play a part in any season.
If we got, say, for example, Oxford in the FA Cup, just for argument's sake, he would be like the sort of player I would bung in there.
Yeah. Well,
Sound silence. Thank you, Robert.
Because we haven't been back since we would beat Bournemouth, luckily. But that fucking draw, about what is it? 2 hours later, then it's Liverpool away. You cheating fuckers, cheating bastards.
I know they're wankers, aren't they? At least Egan has Premiership experience. Sheffield United probably need to get wages on the
maybe,
perhaps.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but I always think if you've got a top centre half, you don't lose him. Just because his wages might be high, you keep hold of him.
Good evening, Maltese. Should have got Angelo Bonner on loan from Watford.
Hey, Maltese. Did he go to Watford, geezer?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's gone and joined up with his old centre-half partner, Craig Dawson.
What do you mean? No, Dawson's at Wolves.
Good morning to you, Sean. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're well, mate. Yes, Mark, it was the sound of silence. He's probably going to be here until at least next summer. Then he goes, or they sell him in January. Yeah. I don't see us selling him to anyone. Unless he goes to someone like Crawley Town and we pay his wages. I'm serious. I don't see him going anywhere.
I can't. Yeah, but I think it's pointless having him as well. Yeah.
Peter has just given me a bollocking look. It's been you
tell him, Peter.
Sorry. Consider myself bollocks.
A bit pedantic, Peter, I would say, but go for it.
Hummels has gone to Roma.
Is it Roma? I thought it was Parma. Why did I think that? I don't know.
Do they still have the no hassle thing in Turkey? I have no idea what you mean, Mark. I have no idea. My first time there, I had no hassles while I was there, and everybody was very helpful. So, women were bloody gorgeous.
I don't know if that's got anything to do with, hassling. I don't know what that means, like you, Budge. But I tell you, we done a few jobs here when I was working away in the universities here in Brisbane, right? We worked in about 4 or 5 different universities, refurb or a new building, and you had to do the induction, right? This one of these universities. The induction was it. You go in and do it. What you're allowed to do, where you're allowed to go on the university, where you're not. But one of their rules was a 4-second rule.
Right.
And the 4-second rule entailed you weren't allowed to. I mean, this university was littered. There seemed to be a majority of women in the university, about 80%. Stunning looking girls, right? Too young, too bloody young, all 18, 20, 22, but stunning. But the 4-second rule meant you weren't allowed to look at them for more than 4 seconds.
Wouldn't take me
that. The guys who was telling us, I said, "You serious?" And he went, "No, that's the rule the university had come up with. Otherwise, you got to leave the site."
Yeah, I suppose they consider that perving, wouldn't they?
Yeah, basically, you're a pervert. And 5 seconds, you're a pervert. Or you're all right.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I just noticed it in the camera in the background there. I forgot. I got myself a little Guinness.
Oh, nice. There you go.
I do like a Guinness when I've had a week like I have. I'm not a Guinness
fan. Wish I was. Wish I was.
The beer was so cheap out there. Unbelievable. Got a smash. Look, Happy saying, looking all sun-kissed there, Smugs. Evening, my face.
Evening, Happy Apes.
She never failed to call us those names. Right, Ian, good evening to you again, sir. I'd feel more comfortable with Casey covering and getting a striker in on a free.
Yeah. I don't think there's many strikers sitting out there you're going to get on a free. And if they are, there won't be another rings.
Well, no, the thing is, there is a striker out there that I reckon we could get on a free because he's not happy where he is. And that's Marco Arnautovic.
No.
Why not?
That boat sailed, mate. Fucking hell, we've got Ings who's a top striker. We can't get a fucking tune out of him. At the moment, Fulkrug, and I'm not judging him yet because it's too early. Hardly hasn't had enough time. But I'm starting to worry he's going to turn into another Haller and Skamaka. That, it's probably in every West Ham supporter's mind at the moment because we haven't seen anything from him. And so to bring in Arnautovic, it's just another one. You've got Ings, Arnautovic, Antonio. My God, Fulkrug needs to work, man. I don't know how you get him into the game. He needs to get him working. Has to. You can't pay that money for a striker and him not.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
I still don't believe he's going to be any more than a 10-goal a season player, right? But it could be more to him than that. So I just haven't seen it yet.
I mean, look, I'm not being funny or nothing. We had a lone winger who turned into a 9-goal and 6-assist player in 16 games. And that was just a lone player, in Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, but once we get this centre half the cover, that'll be the end of the
striker though, Cieran. This guy, and he's going to rely on.
This is what Paul Krug has brought in for, mate. We can't keep buying strikers and then say, "Oh well, we need another one." He's the he's meant to be the answer. Yeah, if they've got it wrong, they've got it badly wrong.
That we hope will use him and develop him.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not judging it yet. It's early days. But in the back of my mind, it worries me that it isn't going to work. There you
go. Happy says, wish we were playing Man United next. They look dog shit. Yeah.
They're shit and they're dangerous, though. They're dangerous what they've got up front. But they look crap against Liverpool. They were rubbish.
It's a dog across between the sheep and a dog,
Well, I see that happening.
Cornet was dog shit. Oh dear. Well, do you know what? He had quite a decent friendship apparently with Flynn Down, so that they'll be hooking up again now, wouldn't they? Down in Southampton.
Yeah. They're shit as well, mate. Southampton.
Oh, now there's some lyrics I know. You treat your mother as bad can be.
What's that?
That.
You know it?
I know them lyrics. I'm sure I do.
I don't. But I probably do know the song.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was by Mud, not Sweet.
He fucking was too, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
Peter's on it tonight, mate.
Yeah.
You're right, Pete. It was Mud, wasn't it?
Yeah. You mentioned old man's profile picture.
You fucking man. Frightens the fucking life out of me every time I see it. Oh, God.
Oh, dear. Good evening, Steve Irons.
Stevie.
You all just got in to find you alive. Sorry, live. I've had a few.
Good for you, son.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. Can't reject. Bad man. Man City could have scored 8. Yeah, we could have scored 2 or 3 though. Full of them, mate.
Even that bit at the end there was nice to see Somerville have a dig at goal and that cracking save by what's his name? Yeah, I think not many, because it was the end of the game, I don't think many people fucking put as much credence to it. But that save he made, fingertips onto the post, it's a cracking save. And we could have had 3 goals ourselves, you know.
When I said it could have been 2-2, that could have happened, and my auntie Pauline could have been my uncle Paul if something had been attached.
See, that's the only trouble. Look, we could have got it back to 2-2, right? But the difference I always find with Man City, they've got another gear. If they're under pressure or, you know, someone equalises, whatever, they just go up a gear, get it done, and then go down a gear. They can win games when they want to. They're just so good at it. And I'll say their form at the moment, at the beginning of the season, is fantastic.
Yeah. Saw somewhere that they reckon there could be a decision on the 115 counts against them around December, January time. Yeah. I really did think we were in that game for so much of it. Had City have stepped up a little and they could have got a few more past us. Haaland is ridiculous.
I'm telling you, now it goes up.
I swear he charges himself up at night.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you what, you know, what might even play, why he started this season so well. Because last year, even though he won the Golden Boot, he weren't at his best last season. But he weren't at any Euros, was he? You know what I mean? He was none of it. He had a nice rest through the summer, and he's hit 2 hat-tricks already. He's hitting that 30-plus again this season, I guarantee you. Especially with Gundogan coming back. Bernardo Silva's doing his quality. De Bruyne, remember, was missing for months last year, injured, but he's on fire. So that Haaland's going to get the service to score 30-plus again this year.
And Doku, is it? That young winger?
Yeah, they've got that Doku, mate. He's fucking lightning.
He's much.
The boy's lightning.
Yeah. We did ride our luck at times, I will agree, but we could have been level with City.
Could have,
but that would have only negative from the game, cutting out individual mistakes. Yeah, good point. Old man, the difference in play from Lofty and Moyes was night and day. Favourite player so far, average right.
Yeah, it's about right. Oh man, it's about right. It's a bit different. We can see a little bit of promise there. That's what I like.
Yeah. Steve said the squad needs time.
Yeah.
Christmas will be a force.
That could be the case, Steve. It could take that long.
That is the hope. Steve, you know. Given that Leicester have got away with their point deduction, I can't help but think that that's the precursor to what's coming up with the City thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect us. Whatever City. Can you imagine? Do you know the weird thing about City is you could find them guilty of whatever. You could deduct them 50 points. Take 50 points, they'll still survive. They'll still be in the Premier League. So it makes no difference to us. What happens to them? It really doesn't. Unless you want to drop them down a division. I don't think they'll do that.
Apparently, Villa have just avoided getting a points deduction.
Okay.
Danny Boy thinks City are fucked.
We'll see.
I'm loving football again, said Ryan. Seeing all the change and different formations. Changing the 11. Also, what is that thing called when you bring in players during the game?
Yeah.
Seen that in a while. Yeah.
No.
The substitution situation has been a lot brighter for us.
Just all of it. Just last season, you knew what you're getting every week, Budge, didn't you? And you had nothing on the bench to change
as well. He's been selecting the players he's been putting on a little more carefully. How much did the Red Manx look like they needed Aaron Wan-Bissaka in their side on Sunday.
He needed more than that.
It looked like they were really missing him, and one or two of the channels have said we must have been mad to let him go to West Ham.
I think we got a bargain, absolute bargain.
I think we did. You know, for me, it's a Dawson scale bargain. You know what I mean? Even if we do only get, you know, what we paid for him back.
No, whatever.
What a player he's, you know, capable of being for us.
Oh, we got a good deal there.
Yeah, really good deal. Ten Hag will be gone around November. That's what I said as well, Peter, a couple of weeks back. Very true. That'd be 15 million. For, yeah, really good. A good price. Really good price. It is just mental from what I've seen that we were the only ones in for him.
Very surprising. Very surprising.
I mean, the thing is, there were some rumours coming out of like Manchester United circles that he didn't have the best of attitudes because after his injuries, you know, the managers were taking a long time to introduce him to the starting 11 or into the substitution on the bench. And he was getting frustrated with it. And because he knew that he was ready to go and they weren't bringing him back. So that's what I've heard from one or two people anyway. Alan, good morning to you, sir. Welcome from windy Australia, I believe. Just got back from the morning walk, so missed the start, but turned on as soon as I got home. Bless you, mate. Thank you very much. You've only missed 46 minutes, so you're all good. And Oasis just announced to States. Why doesn't that surprise me? The money grabbing buggers, you know?
They could announce 50 more dates, they still sell them out.
Exactly that. Because people are.
Is it only Budge, only Britain? Is it only Britain they're doing it?
I have no idea, mate.
I think it is, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen it.
I've got about as much interest in Oasis as I
have. Oh, you Philistine. You're a top man, mate.
I'd rather get a blowjob from a salty. Anyway, I hate them. I really don't like them. I don't even like that song they did. What's it called? Wonderwall. I don't like it, but I know it.
Oh man, you should be ashamed of yourself.
No, I'm not. I like good music, like Herbie Hancock, you know, and Quincy Jones, and
I know, man, but it's got to move with the times, yeah, Geezo. But when they came out, they were one of the biggest bands in the world at the time. So, and they did do some good shit.
Do you know what really turned me off of them before I even got to hear any of their stuff?
They're mates.
We're going to be the next Beatles. That was what they said.
Mate, they were cocky as fuck.
Yeah. Saw Oasis in the early zeros.
Yeah, you tell him, Brendan.
Top man, mate. Good for you, mate. Let's talk about something very interesting. 15 million for average white band is looking cheap as shit. United felt he was strong defensively but poor going forward. Not looking like that, is it? Correct, that's what I said earlier. What were they thinking? We have had them over there. Definitely, Ian, 100%, and we went in dry. Right, so, average. I keep saying average white man. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been awesome, needs no time to bed in, quality. Well, he's been a Premiership player ever since he was at Crystal Palace. You know, he had a few appearances for them, and then Man United went and paid 50 million pounds for him 6 years ago. And we've just bought him for 15, and he looks like a 50. You know, that's my opinion of it anyway. Both at Wembley, not my thing. No, good. Concerned Alvarez has been rushed back too quickly, but time will tell, I guess. Hopefully not. Yeah, and to be fair, Happy, Alvarez is the kind of player that would come back early and say, "Yeah, I'm all right, Dapper," because he's a fucking fighter. He's a battler. We know the strength of him now, and that's what I believe. I believe that he would dupe the boss. Sky News, right? Okay, fair enough. Imagine if we had both Egan and Fotherington in goal against Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City.
Yeah.
Danny Boy. Yeah, he's usual. Right, Randy says that at least if there are glaring issues when it comes to in-game tactics,
Yeah,
so he does try to rectify it.
he does.
Which is the question. Yeah, and that's always been a philosophy of his, from what I understand as well. When he first went to the Spanish under-21 national squad, apparently he started doing that, and a lot of the players weren't used to it and were questioning it, from my understanding. But he proved to be good because he helped them to win the under-21 European competition, didn't he? Only benefit of this stupid break is to rest Areola, I suppose. Well, Areola and Alvarez, to make double sure that he's going to be ready to come back. We were just talking about him being maybe on the treatment table again. We don't know for sure if he is or not. But, these next 2.5 weeks or whatever it is, 2 weeks.
Fucking international breaks. What a load of shit.
But in the case of players like Areola and Alvarez that are running with knocks at the moment, it might be good for them to have that break without the stress for them to do the extra training and that of game days, game week. Well, you've been a player yourself, Cieran, at a decent level. Sometimes that like a cancelled game can really be helpful in a recovery from a knock you've had the week before.
If you've got players that are carrying a knock or injury, yeah, you can. But as a player, you want to play every week. You just can't wait to get on the pitch. And just the international break, I've lost interest in the international scene at the moment. For me personally, I just lost interest in it, and it's bores the shit out of me. And I just, especially when the Premier League just kicked off, we all got excited. We just want to see more of it. 3 weeks in, and we're having a break again. For fuck's sake! I don't like it. There you go.
Guido, who was going to go to Barca, is looking so good for no fee. Absolutely right, Steve. He was wasn't he a loan deal? Guido?
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh, no. No, I think we signed him on a free, but he's on good wages. I think. Can't remember now. Someone in the chat will tell us if I can get that far down. I have no idea what times these were.
Don't really matter, does it? He's there for the mark for this year anyway.
France have sent Areola back to West Ham. Alan's saying, on that training video, I like the friendship developing between Emerson and Somerville. They really seem to be getting on well. That's good to see. Because if you've got that kind of camaraderie, etc., with players who are playing on the same side of the pitch as you, as we've seen with the Areola and Paqueta scenario, it can work really, really well. They can kind of read each other's body movements, and they can anticipate where that player's going to want to be.
As long as they don't get too friendly.
Sorry, mate?
As long as they don't get too friendly, it's like... I didn't realise, when you see Somerville take to the pitch, though, how slight he is. My God, that boy's tiny.
Yeah,
tiny.
Yes,
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, you look at him, you stick him next to a big centre-half, he looks like a young lad.
Yeah, but then going back in time, Matty Etherington weren't exactly a giant, was he?
No, neither is Paquetá, but he's solid.
Yeah.
Loads of them. Gianfranco Zola.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Somerville's got that kind of ability.
But he looks so thin and tiny. He just looks so thin and tiny when I see him. I go, wow. But anyway.
Yeah.
His day will come.
Yeah. I mean, I actually think that Somerville is going to be something special. I really do.
I hope so.
I really, really feel it in my water. Steve said, Peter, I must bring that in my FPL team. Peter clean sheet, yeah. Sound Silence is class, says Happy. It is. It's one of my favourite tunes, especially the Disturbed version. Happy, Ariola's injury is not that serious. No,
I reckon he got it when he hit, when that De Bruyne shot came in, mate, and what a save that was by Ariola. But I think he crashed the post there. So I reckon it's just an impact injury, geezer. It's just going to be a dead leggy type, a hip injury. He'll be right. He'll be right by the time he comes
back. It was his back.
He'll be back, mate. He'll be fine. Yeah, that's all it is.
It was his back that hit the post.
But whatever it is, it's an impact injury, though. It should be fine.
Probably a bruise across his backbone, across his spine or something. Yeah, luckily, but at least he isn't playing again this weekend. Exactly. I turned my collar to the cold and damp. Yeah, that's the same song.
Yeah. Even though The Boxer was my favourite song from time ago.
That was mentioned earlier.
Was it? That was my favourite from them.
Danny says he only kissed the goalpost. He would be benched for France anyway.
Yeah, so he would have been playing anyway.
Yeah. Mark, I can give you a simple answer for that. That statement. Don't know why he doesn't retire, never play for France. We're talking about Ariola here. The reason he doesn't retire is for the same reason as someone like Jarrod Bowen won't retire, because there's always a chance you're going in for an injury or an illness, or the number one choice has fallen out of favour with the coach or whatever. There's always a chance that he will. He's number two. He isn't number 3 or 4. He's number 2. So
I noticed. I just see a banner there watching something the other day, and it across the bottom. So Bowen, I don't even know who England's playing this week. I don't know what they are, friendlies, whatever. But he might get a kick because it said Watkins, Foden, Palmer have all pulled out of the England squad. So he might get a kick around. He might get a kick.
Only if Stacker goes somewhere else other than the right wing.
Yeah.
Mind you, though, he could play him centrally if Watkins is out.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, Moyes tried it. He scored a few goals, Cieran.
Nah.
Who knows what Lee Carsley's going to think? Lee Carsley might be the right person to go, actually, no, what I want to do is I want to move Jarrod centrally.
That's mate. You go, no, I've got Harry Kane. I think I'll stick with him.
What about Harry Kane and Jarrod Bowen together?
2 up front. They won't do it.
Well, we don't know.
They'll have a front 3, geezer. But you never know. You never know. He might give Bowen a run out. That's what I'm saying. He might get a run.
Up behind Harry Kane. You never know. You never know.
I don't really care.
Aaron, it's behind closed doors as well.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently they're playing Dagenham and Redbridge behind closed doors for it and getting Egan to give him a run, have a look at him.
Right, yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah. right? It's a chance to see if he wants him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing when he remembers. Mark remembers when Egan playing when they turned us over 1-0 at home. Snodgrass goal ruled out. Yeah, I remember that as well. 8 was born underwater with $3.06. 8 was born underwater with $3.06. Sounds like something that the man in black would have said. You know, what was his name? Johnny Cash. I don't know.
Was that all right?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I thought I asked. Did you hear some of the ridiculous criticism to STEIDTEN? It's absolute bonkers from people who just want to complain about the best change that's happened for us in ages. I got to be honest with you. I try not to read the negative stuff like from people. You know, if it's sort of Sky Sports or even dare I even mention them, the BBC, but I might pay a little bit of attention. But when it's Fred Flintstone on his own little podcast or whatever, like me, I'm not going to believe everything someone like me says because we get bits of information and then we fill in the gap normally, with opinion.
See, I haven't really, since we last spoke much, especially after the Man City, I haven't watched much, especially West Ham YouTube. I haven't watched it, hardly any. Because I started watching one and I heard negativity straight away and I just knocked on the end. I won't say who they are. But I went, my God, mate, we put up a little bit of a fight against Man City. They were just too good for us. And I took the positives out of that game, what I saw. And then to be negative about that, it's Man City for fuck's sake, mate. To me, they're the best club team in the world. I just, what the fuck? Why are you so negative? Even now, we're a work in progress. We are rebuilding team. It's going to take time, mate. If you can't understand that and just want to look at the negatives, well, fuck, what's the point? What's the point? Why not give any manager a chance? You need him to win every game when he first gets here? Fuck me, man. Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Steve saying, Randy, Tim STEIDTEN is our man. Loving the transformation, and I hope we
fucking hell, Steve. Now that would be But he is. The geezer's doing well. He's doing his job. He's finding the talent. He's bringing it in. The manager has to make it work. Now, I don't know about Lopetegui, whether he can make it all work or not. But that's his job. We'll see. But I don't want to fucking sack him in the first week. I want to fucking give him time. Yeah. And then see a progress and know where he's going.
Yeah, I think
Tim
STEIDTEN has exceeded your expectations for a lot of us.
Not for me, because remember I said to you, Budge, I think it's the best signing we've made, Tim STEIDTEN, when he came. I said, this boy's going to make a difference.
I think a lot of us had some expectations, but I think he's exceeded them.
But we still got to bring it all together, and that's not down to Tim STEIDTEN. He provides the ammunition. Now Lopetegui's got to fire it. That's up to him. Tim STEIDTEN can only give you the tools to do the job. You have to do the job. So nothing he's done is wrong. Now we could, in 3 months' time, we can then look at full crew and go, "Well, has this worked?" We don't know yet. It's too early.
Apparently, I wouldn't be able to survive over in Turkey.
At the university. All right. Oh, you are a pervert. Oh, no. Okay.
Well, no, actually, what happened was there was a woman that came to the swimming pool at the hotel complex, right? And
you take your photos.
I'd seen her a couple of times, right? And I thought, yeah, she's quite nice, her. She had a couple of kids with her, sort of like 10 and 15 or something, 13 and 15 or something, I don't know. And I just thought she was a single mum because, like, for a couple of days, I saw her and the 2 kids and no fella. So I kind of, like, smiled at her a couple of times, just being polite. and I was actually taking a photograph, and she was there, and I took a photograph of her, and I was messing about with it. That was all it was.
They all say that in court, Geezer. Yeah, I'll say something else. She walked in the screen. Yeah, heard that before.
Well, actually, she was bending over at the time.
Oh, for fuck's sake, don't say any more, for fuck's sake.
Well, no, she was side view to me.
Oh, stop it.
So we weren't being perverse or nothing.
Yeah.
I took a photograph of the side of the swimming pool, and she just happened to be there.
Yeah,
Erica Badu. On and on, great tune. Who wants to see Solar in midfield to give Paqueta a nudge to do better? That's probably about right and all, old man.
I think it's shit, but I know nothing about this Soler, Geezer, so it sounds like a good signing, but again, I want to see the proof in the pudding.
Yeah.
When we see him, I'll make my mind up. But at the moment, it's just another signing.
Yeah,
Balotelli, that'd be a cracker for you, wouldn't it? Balotelli, love him. He's such a fucking nightmare.
Oh, but wouldn't it be great to have him?
I love him, mate. He was just such a fucking wind-up merchant.
I know. Imagine us going up to City and taking him as our striker.
What was his T-shirt?
Hey?
It's always me, or what was written when he lifted his shirt up that? It's always
Why
me.
Always me.
Well, yeah, that's it. Why always me? I liked him. He's such a baller.
That's why it's always you. Our position is becoming worse than our left wing position now. Well, to be fair,
we don't know yet. At the age, we don't know yet. Give it still time. At the moment, I must say I have got my reservations, but I ain't going to make a judgment until another 8 weeks or so. I might go, ooh, we'll see.
People's wives or readers' wives? No, just let's drop that subject now. Is Pop Robson still playing? No. No. I'd be very surprised.
Get old Pop. He came to my school, goes up, Pop Robson.
Yeah,
I had a chat with him when I was about 12.
He must be in his 70s now, surely.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be, if he's still alive.
Yeah, he's got to be 10, 15 years older than us, isn't he, Cieran? Surely.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Maybe at least 10 anyway. No, yeah, more. It'd be mid-70s, I'd say, Pop Robson. If he's still alive, I don't know. But it'd be mid-70s at least.
Balotelli's ahead.
He is, Mark.
But then were we not saying the same thing about Paolo Di Canio when Harry Redknapp signed him?
Yeah, but Balotelli's got to be getting on a bit.
Now, if you ask 80% of West Ham fans over the age of 35, who their favourite 11 West Ham players are, I'll guarantee you that Paolo Di Canio will be in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a headache. But I just like them fucking lunatic players.
Good evening, Colin. Thank you for joining us. Would you say if Haaland was in our team, we would have won? And what do you think about playing Kudus and Bowen up front together? Paul Crook is nothing on Dean Ashton.
There's a lot in there, Colin.
Yeah. So,
most teams think
if Ireland was in that team, we'd be playing probably better football, perhaps, or there'll be better results from the football we're playing. I'd put it that way, actually. Because
what I would say, Colin, is Haaland thrives on service. What he's got at Man City is just an abundance. He's got Bernardo Silva who feeds him. He's got De Bruyne that feeds him. He's got Grealish. Now Gundogan is back in the team or in the squad. I mean, he's got so much service. I don't think he doesn't get 30 goals at West Ham, but he still scores goals.
And you've also got people like bloody Carl Walker who can put a ball onto a sixpence. You know what I mean?
There's so much there, man. He's got so much service. He's going to score goals at Man City. Guaranteed. But he's a top striker. Absolutely top. Would he score goals for us? Yeah. More than Fulkrug, of course. But he wouldn't get the numbers he's going to get at Man City because we don't give him. So what I've seen of Fulkrug at this moment is nothing because he hasn't been given the fucking ball hardly. So we've got to change what we want to do. Let it work out that Fulkrug, we find a way to play him.
As fans, also though, Cieran, we've also got to change our want and lust for sudden change.
Our expectation.
Yeah, but
I don't know what it is yet.
Almost like a want and lust for sudden change. Things happen slowly. They don't ever happen overnight, and if they do, they generally don't turn out for the best.
We'll see. So, it's like I say. Only time will tell. But
slowly, catchy monkey. Have faith in Fulkrug. He will get us between 10 goals and 12 goals this season, and hopefully he will get at least 8 to 10 assists as well.
That I think that's where to me is where you're going to need to bring him in. His assists. I see one there. I'm not sure it was the Bournemouth game, whatever, where the ball come into it and he flicked it round the corner for Somerville to have a shot. I think he hit the side net. That sort of thing. But we need for him to come deep like a Harry Kane and use it. Bang, bang, bang. I think that's where he's going to be at his best. But we need to play him like that. And we haven't seen enough of it to see it yet. But we'll see. Dean Ashton, top player, Colin. Yeah. Dean Ashton's better than a lot of strikers, not just
playing Kudus and Bowen up front. With all due respect, Colin, that's a waste of both of them players. Now, I think Kudus is a 10 or an 8, and I think that Bowen is a right winger. I don't think that Kudus is a great right winger, but I think he's better as an 8 or a 10, in my opinion. And I think with him as an 8 or a 10, and with Bowen out on the right, and with Somerville out on the left, I think that as our front three behind him, behind Fulkrug, this is where you're going to get the best of Fulkrug. Don't write him off yet, mate, because he's a much better player than anyone's giving him credit for at this moment in time.
Well,
and like
Cieran he hasn't had enough game time yet.
It's like Cieran said, we haven't seen enough of him. The man's got to get to grow in his flow with the players around him, and that takes a little time sometimes. I reckon Bowen will start up top at Fulham. Maybe not. Striking need to be addressed in January. I'm sure they will look for younger options.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they did that, Randy, the trouble is you're admitting again we bought yet another striker that's not worked, and you can't be doing that. You can't have Haller, Skamaka, and Fulkrug, and then get rid of them. They've got to work. You've got to make it work. I think Haller especially could have worked, but Moyes didn't want him. Skamaka could have worked. He didn't play to his strengths, or Haller's for that matter. But he definitely didn't want Haller from the beginning. He brought Skamaka in, and they still couldn't make him work because they didn't play to his strengths. Just left him up there on his own.
Yeah.
Now they can't do it again. We should have learned from that, and I'm hoping Fulkrug comes good. But we'll see. And if you ended up playing Kudus and bloody Bowen up front, well then you're admitting that it didn't work. Now it's just another load of waste of money on a striker, which would be disastrous.
Yeah, and also then that's also a contradiction in terms for how we view Tim STEIDTEN doing his job, because he identified him, he done the negotiation, he got the job done, he got the man in the door. It wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good on him. No, exactly. So
it's down to the manager to make it work.
Let's not be hasty. The man's only played in 2 of our games.
Yeah, I ain't seen him. I've seen nothing of him.
No. We don't play to the strengths of a target man up top. Don't know why we keep buying strikers like this, to be honest with you. But Fulkrug isn't just that player. That's what Cieran was saying. Bring him into the game like a Harry Kane type striker, and then you're going to get the best out of Fulkrug. Like we said, we believe that he might be better with his assist rate than he is with his scoring rate.
What?
Which, okay, that's not what you're buying a striker for. But if he's creating 25 goals a season and scoring 10, I think that's a reasonable return for a striker. If he's just,
Well, Gazer, we played 3 games. You've got to remember, we played Aston Villa, top well-drilled side. We played Man City, the best fucking club side in the world, right? And we've done Palace. Now, that was a hard start to a season, them 3 games, right?
Yeah.
So wait till it starts getting out when you start playing the likes of Leicester and Fulham and all the other teams. Well, then we'll start seeing it develop. We'll see it develop. We're not going to be playing the top fucking 4 every week. And Man United. Man United could be a good test because I don't rate them that high. But they're dangerous coming at you. So we need to be stronger at the back. That's where we let us down last season. You know, I mean, we conceded far too many goals, 70-odd fucking goals. Man. So that back, if he gets the back right, we will score. We will get goals. And then you'll start seeing the best of Fulkrug against all these other clubs. You know, not the top teams. You know, Villa and Man City, you know, we had the champions and the 4th spot. They're good, Villa, last year. And they're still a good side. So it was a tough start. We'll wait till we see a few more of these other games, you know, the middle of the table clubs. And I think we'll do all right. I think we'll do all right against them.
Yeah.
We'll have a better idea.
I tend to agree, mate. You know, I think that we're being far too hasty. Yes, we put in a great performance, a really good performance against Manchester City. But I think, you know, to expect any more than what we got out of them is unrealistic, you know. We played against, as you said, a well-drilled and very cohesive Aston Villa side. And we came unstuck. They didn't. They did. You know, they stuck to their game plan. And as we've mentioned before, we actually tried to switch it up, which kind of opened us up for that second goal of theirs, really, to be fair. But, you know, when it comes to it, we've got to learn on the job, you know, and that's how it works. And we've got to give them time to do the job, you know.
Yeah. Now, I noticed that Duran came off the bench, scored another winner at the weekend.
Yeah.
Just to rub a bit of salt in the wound.
Bless him. So I live in hope we can have a man who can get the players in that we need to play for our manager, but always in the background is Sullivan and Brady. Absolutely, Steve. But I don't see many hallmarks of those two in any of the signings in this window.
No.
Not. Oh, maybe Fotherington. Maybe.
Yeah.
And because now the window is closed and we are looking at free agents, there is a very limited pool of players to choose from. And so this young lad, whatever his bloody name was, Egan, that's him, yeah, well done. He's probably the best of a bad bunch, you know what I mean, that's available.
To me.
So,
I wouldn't worry about it.
I don't see Sullivan or Brady fingerprints on any of our signings in this window. I really don't.
No.
I agree. Too early to judge Fulkrug, says Ian. But what the hell are we doing when looking for centre forwards? Haller, Schumacher, etc. All good players, but we just seem to go for the wrong type of centre forward for our managers. Now, is Fulkrug the wrong player, or
We
is
don't
he
know.
David? I don't believe he is. I think he's
I don't know.
exactly what the doctor ordered, mate.
I really don't know. It worries me that it could be the wrong type of player, but I don't know.
Yeah. Haaland will hit 50 plus. It's very likely.
In all comps, I reckon he'll get 30 plus in the Premier League. But,
Yeah. 7 goals in the first 3 games is mental, and for a measly 50 million or so.
yeah. But there's mitigating circumstances to the 50 million because he was worth 100, but he had a buyout clause for 50 million. So Man City took advantage of it.
Yeah, look, there's a lovely little stat for you. Haaland, 8 hat-tricks in 69 games. Harry Kane got the same in 320 games. Mad.
Yeah. And I noticed the commentator said there, Mark, it was his 24th, I think, first team hat trick in his career. 24 hat tricks he scored. Fucking
hell. I think there were 1 side or 2 Italian clubs in for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but they were struggling for the Wonga, for the money.
15 million. Jesus.
Thank you very much, Happy. Give the lads a like, please. Show some appreciation. Yeah, please do. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free. It costs you nothing. If you wanted to join the network, that does cost you a couple of quid a month. But that is an option. It's not a requirement. But if you would like to subscribe, please do. I don't know where that all came from, but it just came out. Verbal diarrhea. Sorry, guys. Maybe at 50. Yeah, they're saying maybe we'll get Haaland at 37 or something. Dublin too, so far.
Right. That's Oasis, yeah. I knew they were going to Dublin, yeah.
I think they will be going to Asia and America. Good luck. I hope the planes break down when they get.
No, steady up, mate. For fuck's sake, mate. Yeah, you got a lot of Oasis fans in here, and you're fucking slagging them. Stop it.
Wow. Mate, do you know what? And I've got to be honest with you. I'd rather go on a camping holiday with Robbie Savage.
I remember, right, when they came back in the early days about, I don't know, it must have been the late 80s. Old Liam there, he was in Brisbane, right, and it hit the newspapers the next morning. He knocked out a geezer outside the backpackers there. I think he was another pom, right, but he knocked him out and made the big headlines all over Australia. Yeah, that's what I remember of him, yeah.
See, look, Happy, she's in the same boat as me, look. Some great songs, of course, but I'd rather watch a 10-hour documentary about pencils than spend stupid money watching them.
Well, 2 of you need fucking help, I tell you.
Ian says, can't bear them, but absolute quality music. Best songs, master plan. Well, I don't know, but I'm with you. I remember Man City when they were shit and in League One.
Yeah, we all do, mate. We all do, mate.
Yeah.
Yo-yo club.
One of my favourite all-time players from Manchester City was
Franny Lee.
Franny Lee, that's the man. Francis Lee, what a great guy. He used to be what's his name? Fat Sam's number 2, didn't he? At one time. At Bolton. When he Fat Sam's number 2 at Bolton. Big Sam. Yeah.
I think he used to run a toilet roll company.
Did he?
Yeah.
What was it called? We boot, we scoot.
Franny's arse wipes. I think it's called.
He was a bit of an hard cake, mate.
He was tough, yeah, tough little boy, right? Good player. But yeah, they were the same as us. Said there, but Man City were up and down. They were shit. You know, they weren't a team. And to be fair, the older fans of Man City realise that. They know that. They went through all the pain. Now they're just living in clover, aren't they, at the moment? But they went through all that pain like us.
Yeah.
Amazing when an oil state takes you over, what they can do. Even though they're not allowed to do it now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, let's be fair, right? Some clubs have always been the bridesmaids and never the bride, haven't they? You know? And Man City was always one of them clubs.
Yeah, like us.
Always just Man United's noisy neighbours and all this and the other. And as a result of it, people, including myself, and I know many of them, and they're not all West Ham fans either, they kind of grew a dislike for Manchester United because that's all you ever fucking heard. Man U this, Man U that, Man U are the greatest at this, that and the other. You know, they would get the players like, you know, your big Cantonars and, you know, and all them Tevez and all them lot. Okay, we had him first, but irrelevant. But, you know, and I'm kind of glad that it's Man City now that are getting all that limelight. And Man United are the ones that we're talking about could end up in the Championship.
Yeah,
you know. So I'm kind of. If someone said to me, pick one of the clubs from Manchester, it would have to be City, because there's no way I could ever.
No, I always remember. See old Mark and that, the guys. I'm sure Peter's age of our age group. Right, I remember Man City. There was never any hassle with Man City coming to Upton Park. Right, don't remember much at all. But when Man United came, it was fucking full on war, right? With the fans, I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
And when I remember a girl, right, a woman, woman, when they used to have the South Bank, I remember she used to turn up with a bell. Does anyone remember that? She used to be behind the goal and used to ring this big bell behind the goal. Now, no one's ever mentioned her since, but every time Man City turned up, she'd be behind the stand, travelled away, and ring a bell. Now, I don't know if anyone else remembers that, but there you go, I do. Good day, Lynn. How are you, Dub?
Well, you never know, Kieran. A Man City supporter might just watch this on the rerun or whatever,
probably not,
and comment on that. You never know.
No, but I'm sure Man City fans, the older group, will remember her. I don't know. Maybe she's fucking famous amongst their crowd, but I always remember her. She was ringing a big fucking one of them big bells, you know. Last orders, please. It was one of them, right? Yeah, we don't like midgets, Peter.
By the way, hello, Lynn. I didn't actually say it verbally, but hi, Lynn. Thank you for joining us, sweetheart. Steve, I'm planning holidays around the international break now, October and November.
Yeah, good idea, Steve. Good idea.
Yeah, mate. After the amount of beer you reckon you've had tonight, I think maybe you should. There it is. Bryce Samba is France's second choice. Easy. Bryce Samba. Wow. Okay. Bowen might get game time now. Watkins withdrawn and Tony not in the squad. Good point. Yeah. Don't get injured yet. Please don't. Yeah. Ariola must have had a few cup-winning medals by now. Yeah, probably. Yeah, why not? He's been in the squad. At least looking forward to see Lee Carsley and his football. As long as it's better than Southgate Ball, I will be happy. Well, you know, I mean, like Kieran and I both discussed earlier, we're both kind of fed up with the international scene because It just doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be as.
Then again, as Randy said, yeah, I think it's Southgate that done that to me. He just don't like watching it. So you never know. Lee Carsley could be a breath of fresh air. Who knows? We'll see. Until they piss him off and bring in someone with a name, which will probably happen.
Yeah, yeah. Steve says, smash the like button for the boys. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Tony, early doors. Good evening, Budgie and Cieran. Good evening to you.
G'day, Tony.
You're all right. Smash the like, please, and share, people.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
If anyone don't know, we went on Early Doors TV, done a thing with Tony. Really enjoyed it, Tony. Good. Yeah, it was good people in your chat, and we had a good laugh on that night. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for that.
Yeah, agree. I'll mirror that. Brendan says, hi, early doors or late doors. Yeah, he's only just finished doing a stream himself, Brendan. Give the man a play.
Yeah.
I remember Rusty Egan. Oh, Rusty Egan.
Rusty Egan? No, I don't.
Hang
that
on.
Don't ring a bell, usual. That's a ring a bell.
Hang on. Gunsmoke or Bonanza. One of them old things. It kind of makes me think of. I could be completely fucking wrong. I usually end this time of night after being up since about 5 o'clock in the morning. Thinking show lateness is greatness, apparently. Oh, sorry, I didn't highlight it. Yeah, apparently lateness is greatness. Nah, mate. You know. Fashionable at least. Yeah, true. Early doors in the house. Leverkusen beaten already this season.
Have they, Mark? There you
go. Yeah, no worries, Tony. I appreciate you dropping in as always, mate. And as you know, I did catch some of your show earlier. Always enjoyable, especially as Cieran said, with the guys that you have in the chat and the girls, of course. It's always a bit of fun. And yeah, enjoyed it. Thanks for reading out my comments as well, mate. They need time. We had a big rebuild this season. Absolutely, Simon. Absolutely. Yeah. You know. Let us judge when we get to Christmas. We will know more by then. Great point. That's a great point. You know. Honestly, officer. And after the incident by the pool, Budgie is now banned from Turkey.
Yeah. Yeah. Dodgy.
Yeah. Good evening, Lawrence. Thank you for joining us all the way from Lexington in Kentucky, the good old US of A. Budgie in deep water after a pool incident. Hi, Lawrence. Budgie skinny dipping in Turkey. Mate, fat dipping more like. I've got a bit of a belly on me these days. Pop Robson is 78. Thank you very much, Simon.
Cheers, Simon. 78, yeah. Thought we had it about that. Late 70s.
Age for our strike ball. Good evening, Anthony. Thank you for joining us. Big up, lads. That lost to Man City.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, he was good on when we were on Early Doors, mate. He had a few good comments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, good to see you, Anthony.
You know, but it's really good to see you, Anthony. But as an Arsenal fan, how do you feel being responsible for Declan Rice's first ever red card?
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Laughing. I was laughing my fucking tit. He kicked the fucking ball away. He had to go. Tough shit.
Yeah.
It was soppy as fuck, but that's life. Look, I can't have... These Arsenal fuckers are having a meltdown about it, right? One thing. But you got to remember, look, Bournemouth, right? beat Newcastle, and the goal was disallowed, and it hit his shoulder for me, right? And they disallowed it, right? That was a 3 point instead of a draw. Then at West Ham against us, we knocked him out of the Carabao Cup with Bowen coming off his hand or his arm, and we scored a goal and knocked him out of the Carabao Cup. There's not a meltdown at Bournemouth, but they're not happy because they had 2 horrible decisions against them in a week. Arsenal just had one, and the reality is, to the letter of the law, he kicked the ball away. He got sent off. To me, I don't see why you're having a meltdown. And now it's a conspiracy theory that everyone's against them. No, Bournemouth had it worse, and they're not going on about it. So she's just got to live with bad decisions like that. You call it, a bad decision. To the letter of the law, it was right. Is it petty? Fuck yeah. But that's
the rub of the green, though, isn't it, mate? You know?
It is the rub of the green. We've had it many times against us, and sometimes we've had it for us. It's just football, man. It's like I don't know what Andy's view it is, but to me, it's Declan Rice going into that dressing room and thinking to himself, "What the fuck did I do there?" I'd imagine he'd be disappointed in himself for doing something as silly as that. But
we know the kind of guy he is. Of course, he'll be disappointed.
Do I want to see people sent off for that crap? No, it's silly. He could have just said, "Boys, fuck it."
If it is going to be anyone, it's better off in a red shirt with white sleeves, though. Yeah, we agreed on that.
Anyway.
Lawrence says, "Do you think our back and mid halves are putting the ball up the pitch better than we've seen in a few years?" So far, so good, I think, Lawrence. It's beginning to work.
I just think our passing still needs a lot of work. A lot of work. We're giving the ball away too much. That's been a constant for a while now.
Up front for Ajax. I don't see him as a striker, though. He's too good in midfield to waste that talent. You know what I mean? He can single-handedly drive the ball from one 18-yard box to the other without anyone else touching the ball. And he can do it, and he can do it regularly, and he does do it regularly. You know, and like we both alluded to, even when someone else does tend to touch the ball, it's usually in his favour.
The only thing I'd say about Kudos and Bowen is the best positions for Bowen and Kudos is the right wing, right? For both of them. And you can't play both of them there. So then Kudos to me should be in the middle, not the left. But
Kudos should be a number 8, in my opinion. Working from box to box. That, for me, is Kudos.
I'd rather see him on the right wing, but we've got Bowen. So
I'd rather see Bowen on the right wing because I think Kudos.
I know. I want to see both of them there, Budge. Both of them. Because that's their best positions.
I think Kudos is too damn good not to use in the middle because he can spray the ball right and left, forwards, backwards if he has to.
If Somerville comes good on the left, I think we will see Kudos back more in the middle. Anyway.
I think Loppy's conundrum is declining. He's deciding to get more attackers on the pitch without sacrificing defensive solidity. Yeah. Good point, old man. Once we click, goals will come from all positions.
That's what we're hoping, Simon, I think. I think that's what we're hoping there.
Well, it's been the case for the last 4 years, really, to be fair. You know, we have been getting goals from everywhere. You know, the likes
we can score goals.
The likes of Socek.
Just got to defend them.
You know.
Well, that'll come.
Because our wingers are inverted, they don't get to the byline. Across the balls in for Fuller. We need more craft in the midfield to help him succeed. Which is why I'm saying we should be using the likes of Kudos there and Alvarez and Carlos Soler. And even Guido. Guido's really good with the ball.
Yeah.
You know. We actually have got a bit of an embarrassment of riches in the middle, to be fair. in the middle. You know, I think it would be good if we started scoring from corners again. That is going to happen, Peter, because we're going to have the likes of Paul Krug in there. You know, the likes of Mavropanos getting forward. You know, you're going to have the likes of Kilman getting forward in corners. And if Soucek's still about, maybe once or twice he'll be able to get in there. You know, the likes of Soler getting in there, Guido getting in there. You know, all of these players, Antonio, if he's on there, gets in there, doesn't he? You know, we will start scoring corners again, but who takes them? That's the question.
It's mainly Bowen at the moment.
On both sides.
Who knows? We didn't work out that apparently Rice takes a good corner.
Yeah.
It takes a good corner for Arsenal anyway.
Yeah. I'm not going to agree with anyone this evening.
Yeah, Brendan, you can't be too agreeable, Brendan. Can you?
Brendan, don't forget to hit the like button if you leave. Fulham won't be easy. I agree with that. We've had a tough old time with them recently, them fellas.
Well, I still fancy ourselves against them, you know. It won't be easy. Yeah, a lot of games won't be easy.
I think we'd be mad not to fancy ourselves against them. The trouble is, they always turn up.
We'll see.
Mind you, though, they ain't got William anymore, have they? So he ain't going to be a big issue to us like he has been. Yeah. Old man says he agrees with that. Clean sheet wears. Right, for us to get 3 points and get to the stage of the cup with both the new team tactics. Get me a break. That is good. It's reasonable, Lawrence. It's not our best stuff. We could have expected 4 points, I think, out of the 3 games that we've just had. I think realistically looking at it, we could have played Aston Villa for a point.
I'm happy with the 3 points because I didn't expect much else.
I'm happy with them, Cieran. I think I would be elated if
we could have nicked the draw against Villa. We could have done it, and that would have been lovely. But we didn't. They were a better team than us. As simple as that.
Yes. Yeah. Now that is more or less what I've been saying. Kudos as a 10. Maybe, yeah, you're right. Paqueta deeper as the 8. I think maybe, yeah, you could be right because Paqueta's delivery is exceptional when he's on fire. Alvarez providing the defensive oomph in that partnership. Although Paqueta's not too shabby in defence either. Kudos as a 10. Summerville left Bowen right. And then Fulkrug in the middle. Which
all this works. All that works, but Paqueta's got to be better. We know how good he is, Budge. We know how good he is. But he hasn't shown it really yet. And when he does spark up and start firing, then we'll see a different team. But, you know, he had a bad couple of months at the end of last season. He was fucking shit, to be honest. Yeah, and he's been bang average. He's been hit and miss in all the games he's played so far. But once he starts firing, and I think he will, I mean, then we'll see a different team. We'll see a different team.
Also, Cieran, that there is a lot of emotional and mental stress on him right now.
Yeah, I'm not saying there ain't, but that doesn't change our watching a game. We still need to see him play. That's what he's paid for, regardless of what's going on outside of the game. Otherwise, stick him on the bench. If he ain't going to perform, stick him on the bench. But he needs to start stepping it up a bit. You know what I mean? We know how good he is, and he hasn't shown it yet. And I just want to see it again.
Usual's asking, how much do you think Haaland is worth now?
There is no number, usual. There is no number, mate.
Put it this way, I don't think that a fee of less than 250 million.
Look, there's no one can afford it. That'll tell you. Nobody, no Barcelona or Real Madrid could afford Haaland at the moment. No one. Not anyone with money, even Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
They can't afford it.
Brendan reckons 3 bob. Peter says 250, which is what I said. Mark says 250. Happy's asking Togs if he's well, Brendan. Ireland is over 250 to 300 million pounds. I remember the old money tower. Yeah, me too, usual. 5 shillings. What was it? £4, 5 shillings, threepence, 8 and a farthing. Fuck knows what a farthing.
And a monkey.
And a monkey. Yeah, and a bullseye. And a pony. Do you remember what a pony was?
And score.
Yeah, how much was a pony? Come on.
Was that 25 quid?
Yep. Bang on.
Yeah.
Bang on. Yeah. And a monkey was what?
500.
Correct. What was a monkey's uncle? Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember the saying, guys. I can't remember. I can't remember the number.
750 quid.
That makes sense.
500 and half again. So it was like monkey's uncle. I don't know. Good to hear it. 2 and 6. That's bed and breakfast if you hit it on the dartboard. Budgie and Cieran. Just can't wait to see what STEIDTEN gets in January. Do you remember the Scott striker John Lylestein had a good goal ratio of games but could not settle down and left? Yes. What was his bloody name?
Scottish striker, John Lylestein.
Hey?
No, I can only think of McAvenny when it comes to that. But
yeah.
He settled all right.
Yeah, and he came back.
He and Gotti, the best partnership I've ever seen at West End. But I don't remember another Scottish striker, to be honest.
And he came back as well, didn't he, McAvenny?
Yeah.
Came back with that himself. Who's the striker? Actually, I am.
I tell you what, Colin, I don't see us buying much in January. I really don't. Unless we've got some serious problems. Serious problems we have to buy. Jesus. Actually, I hope we don't need it.
If anything, I can see us strengthening the academy or the under-21s or whatever they're called these days.
Like all their good players out of there are on loan, so.
Half a crown.
I can't see anyone coming through.
Oh, Luke Bailey's in the house. Good evening, Luke. Hey, Luke. Says he loves Liam, can't stand no.
Okay.
Right. He's taking it back to the Oasis conversation.
Yeah, he's 50-50, Luke.
Yeah. And again, Happy's got a nickname for him. She calls him Daya. Threepence, yeah, I remember the old Threepenny bit.
Threepenny bits, yeah. I remember Threepenny bits.
Yeah, I'm not talking about a woman's boobs, either. Sammy Lee, not Franny Lee, was with Big Sam. Correct, Brendan. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it was Sammy Lee. Yeah, well picked, Brendan.
Lee. Yeah, well done, Brendan.
Yeah, it was Sammy Lee.
Yeah.
Fucking midget.
Fucking Franny Lee. But it was Franny Lee that played for City. Sammy Lee was actually an old Bolton player at one point. And Newcastle, I think. Sammy Lee.
Sammy Lee, he was at Liverpool, wasn't he?
Liverpool, not Newcastle. Yeah, you're right.
Liverpool. Remember it.
Lynn says her favourite City player is Colin Bell, another great player.
Yeah, Lynn, he was Colin Bell, yeah.
He was, and he was great for England as well. I remember him being solid in like the 3 line with the 3 lions on his shirt. 10 bob, no, yeah. That was Sammy Lee. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Fuck,
Maybe
another midget.
a guinea. £1.10
Yeah.
or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Or a
pound and
pound.
10, wasn't it?
Yeah, £1.10.
Yeah.
A guinea. 2 bob, yeah. Or a florin was the official name for 2 bob.
We've got a lot of fucking 2 bobs.
I thought horses were bought with
They
guineas.
were, Brendan, I think. They were. They were.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. And they're measured in hand. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. They make decent glue.
Fuck me, I wasn't trying to measure the horses chasing me down Green Street with a police on top of them.
No.
They were big, though. They're Metropolitan Police horses. Fucking huge. Huge.
Yeah, I never realised a horse's crap was halfway up its back. Anyway, still a saw a police horse. Cieran, Usual says he remembers her, a fat girl.
Yeah, usual, do you? Gazer, well done. Well done. I just, because it was through a time I've mentioned to other people, as if I was imagining it. It never happened, but I remember as a child, I was young, and she was behind the South Bank banging that bell, you know? You as well, Peter.
Peter, yeah, had a bell, and I remember at Arsenal there was a fan who rang a bell, which was bloody annoying.
Yeah, annoying. But I do remember. I'm glad I didn't fucking, you know, weren't one of them things in my head that weren't really true. I dreamt it. But yeah. Yeah, she was blonde, Gazer. I should have mentioned that. She was blonde. That's why you know, I was saying a chicken run, and you could see her over there, and the blonde hair stood out. She stood out, yeah. Remember that?
I really hope that your prediction is the correct one. Then it will bring excitement back to the
that might give us
that are disillusioned and fed
it's
up
still a tough job.
It's a
But
tough job.
yeah, anyhow, do me.
The man for it, in my opinion. I mean,
do you know what I keep saying about certain managers are likable, and I don't believe Moyes ever was. I never liked him. Right?
No.
Respect him, but never liked him. I think Eddie Howe is a likable guy, and he's a likable manager, and I think most England supporters would say to him, and I think that gives him a chance to succeed.
Rusty Lee. Who was Rusty Lee?
I do know. Why do I know? Why do I know that? Is that music or not?
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, the same.
Who knows with his lot? It might be the fella who used to do the fish and chips down his local chippy. Do you know what I mean? We don't know with this lot, do we? We never know what we're going to fucking get.
Rusty Lee. I know the name.
Guardiola could be next England manager.
No.
Depending on City's 115
No.
charges.
I
don't think he wants to do that job.
No,
he would rather go and do his national squad, which is Spain, I believe, isn't it?
I'd like to see it. I'd love to see it, but I doubt it.
Spanish, Guardiola? No, Argentinian, isn't he? Or I don't know what he is. What is he? Pep.
I forget now. Been that long since I worried about that. I don't know. Spanish, fucking. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's either Spanish or.
No,
he's definitely not Japanese. That's all I can fucking say. Rusty Lee with the mad laughing. Maybe an actress.
Rings a bell, but.
Fuck, I know. Rice misses the Spurs game.
Oh, brilliant.
Gary J. Hello, Budgie Cieran. Hope you boys are doing well. Thank you, mate. We're doing all right.
Good, mate.
Nearly 2 hours in, and I'm just getting your message, which was probably about half an hour ago. 99 problems, but my right wing is not one. Correct. I'm not sure if I've seen a stronger player for West Ham on and around the ball than Kudus. He's like a bull. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he is. He is like a boy. Fucking he is, man. He just tears them out, man. Good.
He is. He is. I hope it starts to hit the ground running when he plays, as he is built up by some in the media.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's an
Know nothing
exceptional
about him, Peter. I hope he is. I hope he's good.
Yeah, he's reputed to be a very good player. Hope players don't have to foot me pitch like they had the last time at Creighton Cottage. Yeah. Yeah, they did. We got beat 5-0, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 5-0. Yeah. Strong rumours Moyes back to England 11 years after he left. And he was there for 11 years as well. I remember that.
Yeah, good luck with that, Everton.
I can see him going back there. Exciting time for Everton.
I think he's waiting for it. But be honest, him and Dyche, fucking might as well toss a coin. They're all the same.
If Everton lose the next game at Villa, you can see Dyche being given the elbow.
Did you see their loss at the weekend, though, Budge? Everton's?
No.
Right. They were 2-0 up against Bournemouth and Sandy Clark. Yeah, remember that? Now you got it. He's a Scottish striker that came in. Do remember him then. They were 2-0 up, 87th minute, and they lost 3-2.
Who was that, sorry?
What? Everton. Oh, you're talking about Sandy Clark. Everton, Bournemouth, right? They were 2-0 up in the 87th minute, Everton, and they lost it 3-2. It was an absolute collapse. Absolute collapse. It was fucking, that was mental.
Bit like Tottenham's collapse when Lanzini scored that screamer from 40 yards.
But we didn't win the game. Bournemouth fucking won the game. And I mean, I watched the game, Gazer. Everton dominated that game. I mean, Bournemouth were never in the game. Never in the game. Then they scored in the 87th. And then they scored 2 more by the 97th.
We weren't in that game against Tottenham, really, for the first
no, true.
58 minutes of it.
But it was
all of a sudden,
at home, 2-0 up, with, say, eight minutes to go because of extra time.
Yeah,
and
you would
fucking hell.
just win it. At worst, you'd expect to win it 2-1, wouldn't you?
But honestly, they're in trouble.
Turbo Gig Wolf, he says Harlem will never leave the Premier League.
Hey, Turbo. Yeah, mate, I don't think he is ever leaving for a while, for a long time.
He's making sure that United suffer for his father. Randy says, love to see what happens if Moyes goes to Everton against us in the league and loses to us. See what excuse he comes up with.
If that happened, Randy, right? If he did go to Everton, then we played them. That would be the biggest game of the season for me. Have to beat them. Have to beat them because that would be a real kick in the nuts.
This is a new name on me. HVNY Hammer.
HVNY Hammer. Ooh, what's that stand for, Gazer? Not New York at the end of it, is it?
I'm assuming it's New York. Yeah.
Maybe. HV.
Yeah. Lock to the top.
Not to the top.
Yeah. Luke, there you go. Luke will tell us. Look,
he's Catalan. There you go. He's Spanish.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't call him Spanish. He's Catalan.
I fucking can because it's in Spain. Fuck them. Catalan. I want their independence. They can fuck off. Right, you're Spanish. That's it.
Right. Tune in next week for more political correctness.
Fucking, just get fucking a grip.
Yeah. Spanish.
Go around and say Spanish.
And he won't manage Spain
because
of that.
Luke, is that the case? Is he? He's one of them, is he?
So there you go. By calling him Spanish, it's insulting him.
He's Spanish.
No, he's not. He's Catalan.
Yeah.
Wonder if he shits in a litter tray. Anyway, Pep to Real Madrid if he leaves Man City. Why not Barcelona?
Yeah.
Didn't he play for Barcelona?
I think he did. Fuck no, don't care. But I went to the Nou Camp games when I was over in Spain on holiday once with my mates, all West Ham boys. We took a train and went. No, we took a coach actually. One of them coach tours around Barcelona, and part of the tour was to go see the Nou Camp. And went in there. Oh my God, this is 30 years ago. Fucking it was so impressive. The size of the stadium, their trophy fucking room. You go through that, amazing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is impressive thing, man.
I had a short and sweet tour guide of the Ajax Stadium. Quite a few years back. That's a beautiful stadium. Very large, but it's old-fashioned. A bit like I suppose like Upton Park was, or Goodison Park, or Vicarage Road. These kinds of places. It's old-fashioned in that way, but huge in the way that like Old Trafford is huge, or Newcastle is huge, massive.
Mate, the Nou Camp even had their own chapel inside the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
For the players who want to pop in there and have a little prayer.
Whereas Ajax had their own ensuite undertakers. Oh, mate, have you ever been to a game in Holland? Oh, I don't suppose you have. But have you ever watched the Dutch games and that? If you do, try watching what's happening in the crowds more, because that's sometimes a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
It depends if you call extreme violence entertaining, which sometimes that's what you get. Especially with teams like
got her now. Turbo got that Rusty Lee, the big black girl.
Rusty Lee.
Yeah, good character, wasn't she? Good character. Yeah, got it.
Thank you very much, Turbo.
I knew I sort of recognised the name. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Pep was shook again, right?
For a small amount of time, till he figured it out.
Did you deliver one or two surprises to him? Sandy Clark was a player, Lyle bought McAvenny, originally on scoring attack midfielder striker. At St Mirren, sorry. He became our striker when Paul got injured. What a wonderful partnership with Cotty.
Yeah, that's what happened, wasn't it? Goddard was up front with Cotty, and then Goddard got injured, and then McAvenny took over, and then bang, them two just gelled. They were scoring goals for fun. Yeah. Fun that year. Yeah. Absolute fun. Just
kind of like, I suppose, for us as West Ham fans, that striker partnership, we kind of revere like that.
Oh.
I suppose in the same way that Manure do Cole and York.
Look, that was the best partnership West Ham have ever had, was McAvenny. Ever had. It was that season anyway. It was amazing. 86 season there?
86 season, yeah.
85, 86, whatever. And my God. And a lot of it weren't televised at the time. There was some strike going on. There weren't a lot of games. A lot of the games weren't televised. But I do remember them just so many goals.
Ian says he did that as well, Kieran, walking out into the stadium there.
Yeah.
Ian,
did you? Yeah, when you walk out in the director's box as such and look at the stadium, and it was fucking is breathtaking. You go, wow. When you come from Upton Park, you only know really Upton Park, and then see that, you go, fucking hell. I think they had 80,000 season ticket holders, mental.
Gary's asking me, will I be at the Chelsea game? Well, I'm sincerely hoping to be, Gary.
Oh, well, Gary.
I have got to try and secure a ticket, which, as you can appreciate, is not easy for a non-season ticket holder. But I will do my level best to be at the game, and if I'm not, I will be at the pre-game and post-game shenanigans. I will be there. Because if you're going to be there, Gary, I'm definitely coming up for the day.
Gary's in America, isn't he? Gary, isn't he?
Yeah. But if he's coming over for the game, I'm definitely going to make the effort to go up and see you. Definitely. Tony Cotty was watching playback, apparently. McAvenny, 28, Cotty, 25 goals.
That was it. Was that the numbers that year, Mark? Fucking hell, man. They were so good, man.
That's 53 goals between two players.
I remember one when we tore fucking Chelsea apart at Stamford Bridge, and McAvenny scored a volley to fucking top corner. Brilliant. Are we, Gary? Oh, good for you, son. Good for you, man. That's brilliant.
I'm definitely going to get over there to come and see you, Gary. All I need to do is make sure I can get hold of you.
Brilliant.
I think we're on Facebook friends list, so that's one way of doing it.
Good for you, sir.
I'll send you my number.
Hope you enjoy it, Gary. Hope you have a good day.
Yeah, it'd be great. And if I get him in the Carpenters, he'll love it. Villa charging up to £98 for Champions League home game.
Fucking
Supporters are up in arms.
Here we go. Here we go. He started, isn't it? Yeah, let's rip the shit out of the supporters. Ain't nothing new there, eh?
Myland OGs, yes. Yeah.
Oh, I say. Marlin. So the NY's got nothing to do in New York, geezer.
Dagenham is today, Thursday, no mention of kickoff time. That's because it's behind closed doors, mate. Gary says first round is on you. He's on.
Fucking right, it should be.
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that, sir. And usually when I ease myself in on the first round, so I only usually have a dozen shots and a pint. Okay, mate?
Sorted.
For the afternoon. Right. Villa will struggle in the Champions League as they struggled in the Conference League. I agree. And, you know, people are still criticising West Ham for having won the Conference League because, A, Tottenham backed out and Villa failed to get anywhere in it.
Yeah, I was amazed they didn't win that. I was amazed they didn't win that Conference League.
So they're now saying that it's like a know-nothing. Some people are saying that it's a know-nothing competition. But if that's the case...
It's a competition.
And people rate Tottenham higher than they do West Ham, and they rate Villa at the moment higher than they do West Ham. How come they can't do fuck all in the competition? We won exactly. Unbeaten. All right? So it's
unbeaten in its up.
So to all the people out there that are saying that it's a know-nothing competition, and it's this, it's that. I'll tell you what it is. It's fucking silverware in the cabinet. Up yours if you don't like that. Simple.
Supporters will never forget it. So
no, and I won't forget being there at the side of the road for 2 hours waiting for the coach to come the following day.
I bet you are, Gary.
Oh, mate,
I'm
excited for you, Gary, and I'll be. Listen, it won't just be me you meet up with, because I'm sure you'll meet up with Appy on the same day. Because hey, listen, football day isn't football day without Budgie and Appy Amaret in the same postcode. So,
good for you, man.
Hope you like it. Actually, Gary, you have chosen the one spirit that I cannot drink. I'm sorry. I
think you'll find something else.
Yeah, it turns me from an ashtray into an alligator, mate. I am horrible. When I drink that stuff. Won't get past the quarters in Europa. Absolutely, Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Imagine finishing third in the 85-86 season, getting Champions League football only to get banned in Europe because of Liverpool fighting with Juventus. Juventus fans, sorry. Yeah, absolutely, mate, absolutely. Turbo, why was the world's greatest footballer sold to you from? Because he was Messi. Thank you very much, Turbo.
Thanks, Turbo. That's fucking the worst joke in the world, but thanks for that.
Yeah, that was great. My goal is to get to a match and meet Budgie, Geezer, Titch, Richard, Jake, and all the other mates. Told the wife will be over the pond in 2 years for a match.
I hope you make it, Lawrence. I hope you make it, bro.
Well, we're going to have to try and get you over here as well because you're in that list.
Yeah, I know. That's another story.
We might have to send you an Uber.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Wait, listen, by that time there'll be Uber going out of Gatwick. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They'll have an airport, they'll have an airline in a minute, I'm telling you. Right, well, that is actually the last of the comments that have come in so far. We have been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's now 12:20, my time.
Yeah.
I want to just thank you, Cieran, again for joining me and having a bit of fun. Colin says, Budgie, Cieran and Budgie, what a wonderful pair of chaps you are. Always enjoyable listening, David Cross, good record of gold. Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate that, Colin.
Yeah, thank you for the kind comment. Thank you very much.
David Cross is our hero when he, when he was there. When he gets 1985 and when that boy's there, his assist to Lampard in the semi-final got us to that final, so it was a big thing. Yeah, David Cross was a fan favourite.
Bear with me for 1 second.
Yeah, Colin. Yeah, we had good times there with Crossy. Really good times. It's amazing, that we actually got to an FA Cup final and then we done the Charity Shield and then the League Cup final at Wembley all in 1 year.
Yeah.
It's such a special time.
I've actually spoken with David Cross.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He comes across a nice guy. Don't talk fucking talking.
Yeah, mate. He don't take shit from people still, mate. He's a great guy.
No, he's a tough guy.
Usual said thank you, Usual. God bless
Yes,
you.
Turbo.
Also, Turbo. Anyone who scores all 4 goals against Spurs is my hero. Bloody. And on that note, gentlemen, ladies in the chat, thank you ever so much for joining us. It's been brilliant. We will be back next week. Not sure what we're going to be chatting about yet because
no football.
There's no football. So we'll probably maybe we'll do like an appreciation of something. I don't know.
Yeah. Talk about music. Oasis. Talk about Oasis.
I mean, I'll have a word with the powers that be at West Ham Network and see if we can get an ex-player guest on or something, maybe, and do a Q&A with one. You never know. Anything's possible with the West Ham Network and with Rocky B and Anton. And on that note, I'm going to say good night. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Please don't forget to hit the like button before you leave. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. And if you do want to join the network and get a few extra perks, etc., there is a join button. It's simple as that. But that one costs you money. Everything else is free. Hit the like button, share to your social media, and subscribe. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Be good. See you next time.
Never shag your granny when she shaves.